board is green. We are running silent.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Looks like a cruiser.
Brace for evasive maneuvers! Multiple hull breaches! Weapons offline! Somebody get that fire out!
Get to the damn shuttles! I'll haul Joker's crippled ass out of here.
Commander! Shepard! Come back, you fat-bearded What the f*** happened? I'm dead?
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Well, that was a lot. Didn't see that coming. Since we can't climb into the Normandy and we have no idea where Joker went, let's get to it. Welcome to the second installment of our Mass Effect series. This is our Meergospective of Mass Effect 2. So your ship has been blown to bits and you are now waking up in a place called the Lazarus Cell, run by a man that is even more of a space racist than Ashley Williams. Once you get over the Lazarus effect, minus the evil demons,
Did I just die?
you meet two Cerberus operatives, Jacob and Miranda.
I'm never wrong.
After escaping, they bring you to meet the elusive man, played by Martin Sheen. You could call him Space Hitler since he is hell-bent on human supremacy at all costs, and he gives you the ick.
In the meantime, I suggest you tell your crew I didn't risk their lives unnecessarily.
The elusive man and everyone you meet keep telling you that you are working for Cerberus now, and nobody's really happy about it.
Why would your old commander work for Cerberus?
I don't know. But if this is Shepard, I don't know. Shepard would have a reason.
Cerberus has a reputation around the galaxy, and it's not a squeaky clean one. However, Commander Shepard will repeatedly tell everyone she talks to that she is not working for them, she is working with them.
I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
I'm working with Cerberus for now because they can help me.
With them, for them, I don't care.
For someone that isn't working for the elusive man, you sure have to report to him a bunch. He sends you out on missions and information is given to you on a need-to-know basis, but go ahead and keep thinking you're self-employed. Despite working for the space Nazis, they do have an admirable goal, or at least one you believe in. Human colonies in the Terminus system, basically the corner of the galaxy nobody cares about, are being targeted and attacked by forces unknown. The elusive man brings you back from the dead in order to lead a team with the goal of putting a stop to it. The general plan is twofold. You investigate colonies and other leads to identify who is behind the attacks, as well as run around the galaxy recruiting hand-picked elite members for what will eventually be known as the Suicide Mission.
We can't worry about whether the Normandy can get us home. We came to stop the Collectors, and that means coming up with a plan to take out this station.
In order to save the Terminus system, you venture all over for many more shorter missions than in Mass Effect 1. Here is an incomplete list of things you do to give you a gist of the story. You go to a nightclub and meet the Matrix lady.
Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me.
You punch a reporter in the face. You stop for gas. You watch Joker fight with the computer.
Joker?
I can tell when it's listening.
I am always listening, Mr. Moreau.
I know.
You fight the Mothman. You help 12 people who can't solve their own problems. Don't forget to stop for gas. If you want, you can help Liara become Big Brother. You hopefully save your crewmates from becoming soup. You potentially get betrayed by some ungrateful children. You fight the Terminator. Roll credits. Here's our first criticism of the story. It feels like a bunch of side quests. What's the point, and where are the Reapers? They're mentioned by the elusive man when he revives you, but just as a, hey, we know they're still out there. By the way, humans are being abducted, and we thought that was enough to justify spending untold amounts of resources on bringing you back from the dead. To be honest, the threat this time doesn't feel as threatening.
I am a biotic god. I think things, and they happen. Fear me, lesser creatures, for I am biotics made flesh.
I don't know what drugs you're on, but stay back and I won't shoot you.
Even after you finish the game and fully realize what is going on, it feels like less of a big deal than the first Mass Effect.
Charge.
Mrs. Meergo ran into her romantical partner from the first game, Caden, and it didn't really seem like he was that psyched to see her. He, like all your other friends, are surprised to see you alive. His tone quickly changes when he realizes you are working for Cerberus.
You're with Cerberus now.
It's a little awkward and he leaves you with more questions than answers. Are you going to see him again so you can sort this out? Nope, but you do keep a picture of his on your desk. You don't have to stay faithful to your partner if you don't want to, but Mrs. Meergo is a one Meergo kind of lady. Gameplay is similar to Mass Effect 1 with some improvements. There's ammo now? What the f***? The inventory system is non-existent too. Now you just pick a loadout before a mission like you're playing Call of Duty. You can leap over obstacles though, so there's that. There's a new minigame for stealing people's money too, and you can't use Omnigel to bypass it. They actually reference this in the Shadow Broker DLC, and it's kind of funny.
Remember the old days when you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
That security upgrade made a lot of people unhappy.
Now we are going to get to the companions. You should probably take a bathroom break and grab a snack for this part. I'm exhausted with this already and we haven't even started. Each companion has shit for you to do, which essentially boils down to them resolving some issues they have so they can focus on the mission.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags.
I'm not going to lie. There is a lot of goddamn companions and each of them asking you for something can be a bit tedious. Jacob is a human biotic that used to be an Alliance Marine. He now works for Cerberus as Miranda's lieutenant. He received some intel on his MIA father that has been missing for a decade. Turns out his dad is a super weirdo.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
Miranda is also a Cerberus employee and seemingly very loyal to the elusive man. She was bred in a lab by her father to be perfect.
Sure, Jan.
You come to find out that she has a twin sister, also grown in a lab. She would really like to keep her sister safe from their father, who is hunting them both.
You'll die for that.
Our boy is back. Garrus, our BFF from Mass Effect 1, is a Turian with military training and was a C-Sec officer. His loyalty mission requires finding Sidonis and taking him out. Sidonis was a former member of Garrus's Omega Squad who sold their team out to a bunch of mercenaries and got all of them killed, except Garrus, who was kind of pissed off about it.
The thought that Sidonis could get away with this? Why should he go on living while 10 good men lie in unmarked graves?
Thane is a lizard man assassin. He was trained in assassinry from a young age, and when a stranger blocked his shot against a Solarian target, he started feeling emotion. Well, isn't that something? You find out that Papa was a Rolling Stone, and he had a son that he has long been estranged from. Thane finds out that his son wants to be an assassin like dear old dad, but Thane doesn't want that for him. So you set out to stop him from following in his father's footsteps.
Kolyat, I've taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
Morden is a Solarian genetic scientist that talks at 300 words per minute. He takes some getting used to. Despite being academically minded, he is rather ruthless in his pursuit to help others. Morden has found that a former student of his has been captured by some mercenaries, so you have to travel to Krogantopia so that Morden can move on from his past and focus on the mission at hand.
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Ugh, teenage angst personified. Jack is Avril Lavigne's little sister. I mean, she is a human that was exposed to space magicianry as a baby, and Cerberus became interested in her abilities, resulting in her being captured and tortured as a child. She has every right to be angry, but her character is written like a Fall Out Boy song, and it's difficult to feel empathy for her. Jack's got more issues than a Swiss cheese rowboat, but the one you can help her with involves blowing up the facility where she was held captive. Tali is back too. She is the Quarian mechanical expert that was on Commander Shepard's team in the first game. She's been busy sending Geth parts back to her father on the migrant fleet. Eventually, she and her father are accused of treason. She asks to take a detour from saving human colonists so she, I mean you, can figure all that malarkey out and help her dad.
Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
Grunt is a test tube Krogan that was bred to be the ultimate warrior. So he's Miranda but Krogan. Not for nothing, but if he was romanceable, nobody would pick Miranda. He hits puberty while aboard the Normandy and has many questions that neither Commander Shepard nor EDI can answer. You offer to go to Krogantopia so he can participate in a Klingon rite of passage. While you're there, you can say what's up to Rex if he survived Mass Effect 1.
I need to keep these short-sighted fools in line. Hunt well, Shepard.
Kasumi enjoys stealth and thievery. She is basically a techno ninja who can defy physics. She asks you to go to a party with her so she can hack into a vault and retrieve sensitive information from her late boyfriend. Samara is 1,000 years old and looks good for her age. She is an Asari Justicar and abides by a very strict code of honor. One of her daughters is a praying mantis Asari, basically, who sucks the soul out of her lovers. Samara asks that you entice her daughter to go on a date with you before killing her. This whole mission is a little bit cringe-o-rama. If you really wanted to, you can also kill Samara and take her daughter instead. It's cool that this is an option, but nah.
You made your choice long ago. What choice?
Zaid is a human mercenary that was a military man in the Terminus system, former leader of the Blue Suns Mercenary Company, an unhappy recipient of a bullet to the head. He is hunting down the man who delivered the bullet and scar on his face. This takes place at an energy refinery where Zaid is all too happy to sacrifice the innocent workers to accomplish his mission. Yikes, dude. Legion is a Geth. He is connected to one mind with his race, but Legion is special in that he can operate and speak independently as well. He throws some serious Kalon vibes and reminds us heavily of Isaac from the Orville.
Hey! You can't just leave us here!
You are small and feeble.
Needless to say, he and Tali don't get along at first. You know, since the Geth and Quarians are eternal blood enemies. You learn that the Geth are having a civil war of sorts, with some wanting to join the Reapers and others, like Legion, do not. He proposes deploying a virus in the bad Geth network to stop the Reapers' influence over them, turning them into potential allies.
How powerful?
Yield in excess of 1.21 petawatts. Alert. EM flux will be hazardous to unshielded organic forms. Addendum. The interior of this station is non-shielded.
I really wish you'd said that before. Back to the ship.
Here's our second criticism with the story. It's very character-driven, which is fine. Some of the best stories in the past decade are character-driven. Game of Thrones, at least the seasons before Dick and Doofus took over, and The Last of Us Part 1 are great examples. The issue here is that there's too many characters with too little development time for each. Let's take Jack as an example, since she's our least favorite. You board a penal ship to pay for Jack's release. Instead of things going as planned, the warden decides to keep you himself because he's a greedy douche.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer.
You end up killing everyone after Jack escapes and meet her outside your ship. There, she's a gigantic asshole to you. Obviously, her history with Cerberus makes her not trust you. Big surprise. When you do convince her to leave with you, she boards the Normandy and hangs out in the broom closet in engineering. Eventually, she's all, "Hey, I'm unstable. Please let me go blow up this Cerberus base." First of all, I don't like you. Put on some clothes. Secondly, we don't know each other. I don't care about your past trauma. I just need you to use your space fireball on the collectors. So why would I help you? Anyway, if you do go along with her plan, she blows up the base and apparently now she's all hunky-dory. Obviously, I shortened it a bit, but the gist is what's important here. There's so little time to get to know and develop this character that I don't care about in the first place. Then you make me do it 12 times? Fuck you. It's easy to justify doing it for Garrus or Tali because they're your homies, but some of these people I wish you could just say nah and maroon them on an asteroid. It isn't all bad though. The companion missions are where you'll make the more meaningful decisions. When Garrus hunts down Sidonis, you can convince him to spare Sidonis' life. Likewise, Jack and Miranda get into a fight after blowing up the Cerberus base.
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures!
And you can choose to side with either, which causes the other to resent you. Though you can use diplomacy or intimidation to tell them they're both dumb and defuse the situation. The final mission also requires that you know your companions, as you'll make a lot of decisions. Who should lead the fire team? Who should use their space magic to defend you against seeker swarms, etc. Making poor decisions mean characters die. It's easily the most fun mission in the game. It's just a shame it takes so long to get there. We want to make this clear before we proceed. We did like Mass Effect 2. However, if you felt like you were babysitting teenagers in Mass Effect 1, you now find yourself demoted to junior high school lunchroom monitor.
I've proven my value to the elusive man. Let's hope you're able to do the same.
Are you naturally this bitchy, or is it just me?
These children just can't seem to get along. On top of that, the final mission you are building up to remains shrouded in mystery until you have progressed incredibly far in the game. In Mass Effect 1, the plot was clear. You knew what you had to do. It felt like I was working towards something instead of floating around in my fancy new ship reporting to a racist ghost that refuses to talk to me face to face. If they had made the needed upgrades to the Normandy and what had to be done a little more apparent, it would have been appreciated. For someone who hasn't played this game before, these steps are ridiculously easy to miss. Yes, Garrus does mention upgrading weapons at some point, but it's more of a, hey, maybe we should do this when you get around to it, instead of a, we need to get this done ASAP or people die suggestion. Also, the game leans way too hard into character development. This can be a great asset to a game, but developing story plots for 12 different companions is exhausting and loses its enjoyment after you've helped half of them. I feel like it would have been a much stronger approach to focus on 4 or 5 different companions that have different skills and abilities. You could get to know them longer before helping them resolve their personal issues. Building stronger relationships with fewer companions seems more meaningful than doing one errand each. It's an interesting plot choice to make by the writers, but this one, for us at least, didn't stick the landing. It should be noted that, despite all of this, Mrs. Meergo is still looking forward to Mass Effect 3. I guess in that regard, Mass Effect 2 did its job. This was the first game that we reviewed that Mrs. Meergo and I couldn't reach an agreement on for the verdict. She still thinks I went too hard on Fallout 3. Anyway, we decided to meet in the middle this time and give Mass Effect 2 an 8 out of 10. It's still a good game, and as sequels go, it's still better than a lot of them. The combat is still serviceable and improved from the first game. The environments are cool, continuing the standards set by the game's predecessor. We just can't get past the horde of companions that, while interesting on their own, take away from the story as a whole. If you like this video and you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on Mass Effect and whether or not you got the Normandy blown up or lost any companions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
You're working too hard.